I'm I'm trying again. I've been really sick since November 11th, and for whatever reason, I keep breaking down, and I can't even you can't even understand a word I'm saying because I'm so busy crying. Um, I sent this out. I'm just going to read you what I sent to W5, CTV, and CBC, and I hope that somebody out there will get the message that media has to expose the truth. Secret filing is legal in Canada in every province but Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. Seniors are losing their homes because of it. Women are being denied the rights to the matrimonial home because of it. They are the most vulnerable victims. But people who have an estate worth $1 million have also been a victim and lost more than half their investment because of secret filing is legal. You can put a mortgage on a property illegally. You can sever joint tenancy illegally. You're committing fraud illegally, and it's all done in secret. So as a registered owner, there is no protection in Ontario or any province in Canada except the three I mentioned. Now, I'm 76, I have Parkinsonism, and I've been made homeless because I tried to fight for human rights for you and for your grandparents and for your children and the next generation coast to coast, and I failed. I failed not so much because I didn't have the money. I paid $60,000 to Trent Faldeen. There was enough money. But he turned on me like a dirty shirt and he refused to finish the job. So now he sabotaged both my case of human rights. And looking back, I was an idiot. I should have filed for $18 million, and then I would have had all this media publicity, and he wouldn't have dared fired me, and I would have had the laws, secret filing banned in Canada coast to coast. It would have happened like that. But no, this idiot me, doing the right thing, I would thought that if I filed for just human rights and no other reason and no compensation and take the $1 million loss and lose everything and stay homeless, fine. Well, guess what? Like everything else, it's secret. I sent coast to coast to every media, to members of Parliament, to Premier of Ontario, to the Attorney General, and nobody gives a shit. So it's up to you people to contact the media and get the story out and expose what secret filing is doing in Canada. Now, if you're Russian, you're not affected by it because international law requires secret filing is banned, okay? So you'll get notice if you're a registered owner. It only happened if you're a Canadian and American, not in the US, okay? Don't misunderstand. Secret filing is legal in Canada. And if you're an American and you own property in Canada, you can be a victim of the same law. So secret filing on properties, on a home, on the matrimonial home is legal. It's a travesty of justice and has no place in a democratic society. I expect to never live to see justice as our system is completely corrupt and this is not a democracy. It cost my mother, who died at 98 with a broken heart, over $1 million in properties in our home. And it cost me my home because I sold in duress to rescue my mother from abject poverty 17 years ago. I forget what year, but it doesn't matter. It's over. I rescued my mother, and I spent 17 years being held hostage because of this law. And I had no idea what was going on, and I didn't know what our rights were. And it's legal. So the police won't lay a charge of fraud because secret filing's legal. I mean, I'm sure there's a way they could get around it, but they don't. And I gave Trent Faldeen $70,000. And I helped his business become successful. And he betrayed me and my mother. I hope you're proud, Trent, what you did to us. Because what you did, you made a decision to sabotage not just me, but you've now robbed every Canadian coast to coast because you could have won this. You were smart enough, you could have won this. All right, I made a mistake. I should have filed for $18 million. That was my mistake. But as a lawyer, you should have told me that. Or maybe you never had any intentions of helping me win. I don't know what you were up to. Some kind of insanity. But the problem is that now I'm sabotaged. My life's work is done. Everything I have lived for, human rights since 7 years old, and I'm 76, I have failed. Health Canada was a failure. No right to know legislation on our food. If you got allergies, you better boycott Canadian food. That's the only way I can control my disease. But you can make a difference. You can go after the media to expose the truth. I have all the evidence. It cost me $70,000 in 17 years of research. For God's sakes, people, help me. Now, American media could publish this too, but they won't even listen to me because it's Canadian law and they don't want to get involved. But you see, if my affidavit had been filed for $18 million, they would have all been talking about it. But I'm just not rich enough or famous enough now. There's nothing I can do. It's a done deal. But every Canadian has the right, and American has the right to know the truth. When you buy property in Canada, you are in jeopardy of fraud, theft, and criminal behavior made legal by secret filing. Now, I've got all the evidence and all the proof, and I'm just very ill, and I have neither the health nor the money to start all over again. But I hope you will consider my cause to save Canadians from becoming victims, as my mother and I, and all the other seniors and women, and I know of many, but they just don't. They're so embarrassed and humiliated by what happened to them that nobody wants to go public, including people who are worth $1 million. They don't want to talk about it publicly. Like, typical victim behavior. But please, I've got the proof. Get the media to publish the story and get the secret filing banned in Canada. Not just Ontario. In fact, Ontario is worse than any other province. You're better off in Newfoundland. Well, there's a good lawyer there, Lynn Butler, in St. John. She'll help you. She helped me. She's an amazing woman. Thank you, Lynn. Anyway, I spent my entire life fighting for human rights. And my disease is caused by rapeseed oil, alias canola oil, hidden in food and not on the label. I cannot cure it, but I live with paralyzing attacks. If I had gotten fundamental human rights and secret filing banned, it would have made the brutal torture I endured worth it. And my dear mother would have been dancing in the heavens because she didn't mind losing everything if we could have gotten the law banned. I just want to see justice in Canada for all Canadians coast to coast and make all that suffering worthwhile. Anyway, I'm fighting for you, and you're my only hope because I've lost everything. And I've contacted everybody I know how to contact. So without you, there's no hope in this country. We're a lost cause. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. I live in a room. I'm not in a car. I'm not on the streets.